Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Heart to Heart podcast. My name is Alex. I am also known as Wild Anima. I am a sound artist based near Berlin in the forest in the area of Brandenburg. And for today's Heart to Heart episode, I will be on my own. And I wanted to introduce you a little bit to the heart medicine, this project that I created back in October 2020. It started as a kind of like little healing shop where I am still making healing products with like guided meditations and healing herbs with mostly local plants that I try to find or that I buy from organic shops. And it is a project that kind of appeared kind of as a blessing with the whole let's say catastrophe, or I don't know how to call it, with the whole collapse of our past lives before the pandemic, uh, which was a difficult time for me. I I'm a musician and I used to perform a lot around Europe in little independent venues and connecting to independent communities. And I saw my whole life being turned around, kind of like an earthquake. So as a lot of us, it also gave us an opportunity to see what we really, really want to share with the world. And this is what came. The medicine came. And I feel it is a culmination of a lot of the things I've done with Wild Anima as a project, um, which started all with music, but that is really an art project. And as I dived into the nature, the wild inside of me, the wild I have met with people in my travels, um, I have started to really develop a completely expanded vision with with nature as a whole and with the earth, with the planet Earth. I just started really integrating what it means to be a person, part of this whole biosystem. um, and so as I created this online little healing shop, um, I months went by and I realized it is a lot more than that. It's an eco project in the sense that that it is important to care for the environment and the nature that is outside of us. Um, but it is also very important to care for the nature we have inside. In a way, this is where it all starts for me. So a beautiful vision came with ways to share holistic practices, especially with the Tibetan traditions of yoga and meditation that I've been really close to since around 2012. I had my first travel to the north of India, where a lot of Tibetan refugees live, which was a kind of homecoming for me, and learned a lot of beautiful knowledge about the wisdom of the heart. In Tibet, they place the mind in the heart, and that has always really it has always really been a very, very big inspiration on how I want to live my life and experience the world. And as the years went by, um, this heart connection stayed and expanded more and more into like this kind of fractals, going deeper and deeper and deeper, until I like gathered so much knowledge about the heart intelligence, um, our heart as a nervous system, that I discover it really is a medicine. It has been a huge help for me to know all this wisdom during this difficult time that I've experienced since March 2020. And I feel it is now the time for me to share all of it or whatever I feel I can share. So there is that healing aspect part of this eco project. And there is also the whole creative aspect, because I'm an artist. And I feel like there is so much that has an impact with the creative practice and with art, um, that really nourishes us in a way, like plants. The creativity is our water. It is to me an important link to nature, to this broad connection we have with being born, with um, appearing to existence. Creativity is so linked to the energy, the chi, what they call chi in Asia, to this really, really strong force or um, magnetism that is part of our lives. And especially as a musician, it is something I've explored a lot in my performances. And I've started to really understand the system in a way, or I'm still trying to understand, because it is such a deep process, that in a way is so much bigger than us as humans. Um, but that is what I feel I would like to share in this space, in the heart medicine as well. Um, Practical workshops on how to connect to that creative space, how to cultivate that on a daily basis, with the vision to take care of our planet. Like, if we take care of us, we'll take care of the planet. And in a way, when we also step out of ourselves and want to take care of the planet, in a sense that can be other people, humans or plants or any other living organism that we are in contact with, it is also a really, really important healing process, and part of this kind of circular, not economy, but circular um, exchange of energy and living process. So I was thinking I would like to share what is the heart medicine. Um, in a way, it is something that everybody has at all times, but somehow we completely forget it's there, and we can use it anytime. And it's like it has different intensities. For example, now that I've pointed out to you, you might be a little more aware of it. Um, but the more you will cultivate it, the more power it will have. And it is like another sense. So we have like 5 senses that we learn in school, right? We have the touching sense, we have the sight sense, we have the smelling sense, the taste sense, and the hearing. And in a way, the heart sense is like our sixth sense. It's also called the feeling sense. And this is knowledge I've received or I've learned from reading those amazing books by this author called Stephen Howard Bunner, that describes in a very scientific and poetic and spiritual way how the electromagnetic fields of our heart works, that it is 5,000 times bigger than the one of our brain, and that it allows us to process information. It's a nervous system that allows us to process information um, from the space, the environment we find ourselves in. So, for example, you go to the post office and you get in and you feel something good or something bad. It doesn't matter, but you do feel something, and before you put your emotional judgment on it, this first perception is um, is a transcript, a language that comes from your heart sense, the feeling sense. And because we haven't really learned to use it, we don't really know how to understand it. But the more we can cultivate that, the more um, we can understand in a way. Understand, I guess, right now when I say that, I think it can help us understand the ethereal part of life, because I feel like our senses are quite connected to the elements, fire, water, air, earth, and ether. And in a way, I have never thought of that before, but our heart sense allows us to understand the ether element, the things that we can't see, let's say. And I think, or I've experienced that the more I'm able to tap into that, the better I connect with myself, my deeper self, let's say, and also the deeper self of others, because I feel like when I'm able to truly connect to that, which I'm really doing right now, um, there is something magical happening. And I can't say that I feel like that all the time, not at all. There is so much, so much to process. I mostly feel this very special energy when it is like a special time, for example, performing or doing a very special talk. And my vision or my aim or my wish, my intention is to be able to connect to that energy and to that inner, deeper space inside of myself, um, most of the time. um, and it's a wonderful energy. Um, and for example, today I've been having a really, really, really very stressful day, having to deal with a lot of like the aftermath of the pandemic. I've had so much. I've been feeling in so much survival that now I'm like I wasn't able to deal with many things with administration and finances. Um, I I I managed to keep myself going with money, but there was so much to work with as well that I had to ignore a lot of it, and now I'm kind of having a waterfall of things to deal with, like tax office and all these things. And I haven't been feeling really well today, but I had planned to do this podcast, so I showed up. I'm showing up, and I hope you're enjoying it. That I'm not going everywhere and talking nonsense. But the fact that I'm showing up and that I'm tuning into this heals me so much. And I feel like it's such a gift that I wanna share, and I wanna give a little bit of that with others. So I think this will be it for today. Um, I'm doing this on a Thursday, and every Thursday I do this little ritual for the earth, which is also a little guidance for me for the week. And I pulled a really lovely card that is like inspired by the I Ching, the Chinese divination system. And it was the water below, no, the wind below the water, which which means it said that it means that obstacles are dispersed, which is a really great card for me to receive today as I was sharing. I have a lot of obstacles at the moment. So I think that's what I want to share, that through your heart, feeling this little wind dispersing the obstacles and feeling these kind of new waters, cleansing all these kind of vortexes we can find ourselves with, like entangled in like uh, really painful patterns of thoughts that are not helping us. We get lost in this kind of labyrinths, and there is no way out, no way out, and we bang ourselves against the wall. This is what happened to me today. But I just took the time to like sit with it and feel the bad feelings and do this little ritual, and I'm now talking with you. Or talking to, to YouTube. um, and one other thing that has been coming up that I think would be really nice to share is the love, in a way that of receiving love, but in a way that we give it. So I've had this little realization recently that really helped me, that we think that most people believe or think that they want to be loved, but actually we all want to love. Like, it's like being a plant. We need to love. This love is our water, once again, like creativity. And in a way, when we connect to that, we also feel all these people that love us. um, in whatever way it is, in friendships, in romantic relationships, in family. And receiving this is very powerful as well, because we feel supported inside our hearts, um, and nurtured and whole. So that is a very nice thing to take with you, I think. um, Being connected to that love, just loving, loving life, whether you feel lucky or not, just like um, connect to just one little thing you really love, or someone you really love, a best friend. um, I really love connecting with loving my best friends at the moment. I have so many wonderful, very powerful, beautiful best friends, beings, human beings. um, and I'm so glad to know and share my time with, share really lovely creations with. And that feeling of love fulfills me really greatly. And I also open myself to receiving the love I feel from them. And that is not an easy task, but I feel like it is helpful in the path of um, of heart expansion. So I didn't really have a specific topic for today. It was more of a like simple introduction. Um, but I have a really great list of people I want to invite on this podcast and discuss special topics together. Um, I'm really, really looking forward to invite them. And I might also pop in on my own sometimes and see if there are any things that I feel I want to share with things I go through. So if you want to know more about the heart medicine, there is the description um, below the video. And if you're interested to hear my music, there is also links down there. So yes, I'm hoping to offer some group workshops soon. So I will let you know about that. And I hope you enjoyed this talk and hopefully see you soon. Thank you for listening.